not too bad, actually. 63 degrees in June? That's really moderate, actually. I like that. I think it was due to, like, the cold winds, because that came in not too long ago. Like, cold north winds and shit. It really definitely cooled down a lot of the Northwest lately, which I like. I like how they were able... I like how those north winds came in and cooled everything down. It was kind of needed. It was getting pretty hot there for a while.
A little bit, but yeah, just a couple of days. We really have had a winter. I mean, summer. Yeah.
Well, spring, really. I mean, summer hasn't officially started yet. But yeah, I mean, summer's off to like a really slow start if it's like transitioning to summer.
If you're in Texas right now, you're probably 90 degrees at least.
Oh my God.
With humidity.
Oh yeah, like, and I mean, I haven't been here. I haven't been in Texas in June, but last year I was in May, almost June, and holy shit, was it hot! Like the humidity, it would be nice and chill inside the house. I'm like, you know, it ain't too bad. And I'm wearing just like a light jacket or some shit.
Right.
Now I just walk outside and I'm like, oh God, it's terrible out here. It's just like, nope, I'm done. Okay, I'm gonna go right back inside, take like half of my layers off. Or like 90% of my layers, I don't know. I don't even know how many layers I was having. I'm like, nope, not doing that. Oh boy, I saw a comment. What was it? Happiness is a warm gun. Indeed, it is. What to do? What to do? Hello. Hello. He's just like the fuck. Are you inebriated? Why would I be inebriated, good sir? I am not inebriated. I have this vitamin water, but I'm not. I mean, I'm getting like faded, not inebriated, so I'm getting somewhere. I'm going somewhere. Oh, what am I looking for? There's something I'm looking for. I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking for.
Poker.
Been having a company come over from my hometown. My friend's 21, so we got beer. Nice, dude. Nice. Yeah, whenever the weekend hits, I have the option to have brews if I want, because at this point, all my friends are 21 besides me, and it sucks. But, hey, I'm actually literally almost 2 months away now, so yeah, I'm almost there. I am almost there. Very close, so. It's back at this old tone right now, but I got plenty of beer in the fridge. Nice. I mean, for me, I'm not a beer guy, though. I mean, for me, I'm like, for me, it would have to definitely be mead, ciders, and like ale and shit. And maybe like certain wines, because some wines I just don't like. But yeah, maybe like for liquor-wise, there was this one tequila I tried not too long ago that actually was good. They tried my cider mead and loved it. Sweet, dude. There's got to be a way to ship that shit or something. There's got to be a way to ship it across country, is there? There has to be a way. If you ever do a meetup here, you'll have to try it. Damn straight. I mean, I just want to try it now. I mean, it just sounds good, dude. It sounds good. Like cider mead. It was actually kind of funny. I heard I could ship you a bottle sometime. Hey, there we go. I mean, you can do that in online stores. I mean, I'm sure you can easily do that for other people. I mean, are they really gonna like check the address to see who's like specifically the person being shipped to? I mean, are they really gonna do that? Like, they don't do that with alcohol, don't they? I mean, it's just like being shipped anything else.
Right, yeah.
I mean, yeah. I wonder if that's how some people under 21 actually can get away with it, is buying it online or something. Because I don't know how well the like state actually regulates that. I'm sure. I bet there's a way they do. I have no idea though. I mean, it's homemade. It's not like we have to be 21. Exactly. I mean, it's a homemade potion. It's a homemade potion brewed for a celebration. I keep like wanting to grab something from here. We shipping? Yeah, we're shipping your body. Holy fuck! Everyone's coming on at once. Everybody's coming on at once. Hello, what do? Pushing it gets to flow with the freewheel motion. Damn straight, man. I actually had a pretty good day today. It started off a little because I had to call in from work because I had had one more school performance to do, and I just basically said I had food poisoning, and I mean, it was like I called in for that. But I had to get, like, transferred to, like, 3 different people. I called up the main desk, transferred to my manager, and then transferred over to the actual store manager who I, like, rarely ever talk to, if ever. And he's like, well, did you get the shits? Hey, I didn't actually literally get food poisoning. That was just my excuse. If I was, I wouldn't probably be doing this. I'd be sleeping it off. But... yeah, I have definitely not gotten food poisoning. I actually have. I mean, it sucks. But I used it as an excuse because I at least know how that feels. Well, I mean, you kind of have to do this, like, you suck at lying. How do I suck at lying? Tell me, Spaz, because, yo, I wasn't called later or anything, like, where the fuck are you or whatever. Like, fuck, I slipped a name. But, just cause. Just because. Wow, we got a spicy edgelord in here. Spicy edgelord. The spicy memes of Edge. But, what was I about to say? But, yeah, like, so, at least there was a transfer to my actual manager first. So at least she got the actual, like, yo, I'm called in. But my, the store manager's like, you need a doctor's note, and we can come in here and sort it out. I'm like, okay. I'm just like, no. I'm just like, at least my actual manager knows, so, I have food poisoning. Like, I'm not just gonna go in there and be like, you know, try to fake it with, like, notes of some sort. It's like, I don't even know how I could even begin to fabricate that. Like, I'm not gonna go that deep into shit. I'm just gonna be like, I'm calling in, at least it's sorted. I mean, I feel bad, but I mean, like, I gotta do my college shit too, you know what I mean? Like, that's a little bit more important. What, kitty? You whiny fuck. You whiny bastard! Silence yourself! But, yeah. I think Cleo. She's just sitting over there. Damn straight, bro. Yeah. I just saw another homeless old colored man taking shit in public earlier on the sidewalk on Main Street. Dude, oh my god. Damn, dude. Like, your homeless sound worse than ours. That is disgusting. It sounds way worse than our homeless. Oh my god. I mean, I think the worst I've seen it was a while ago, and the dude practically at this point gave up on life. I mean, you can tell. I was high as fuck to point at him and laughed my ass off. I mean, at that point, you might as well. I mean, what else are you gonna do? But, yeah, like, I think the worst I've seen a homeless dude was, like, the dude straight up just gave up on life, you can tell. And, he had his pants, like, just everything down his fucking waist, and I'll spare the gory details, but, he was, shit-fested, let's just say. He was in shit-fested. So, yeah, it was honestly sad as fuck to see, but it was just like, damn, dude, what can you do? What can you do? Like, that is just terrible. When I went to Portland, I saw heroin homeless addicts lying in the road at 11 a.m. Oh, that's common, unfortunately. Like, if you go down to the Pioneer Square, literally every corner of the square has, like, at least one homeless person with a sign, you know, and it's just like, fuck, I wish I can help, like, you know, it's like, you wish there could be something that you can, like, generally do to, like, actually help them a little bit, but it's like, you know, it's like, fuck. It's like, you're probably just gonna, like, get beers or more heroin or some shit. It's just like, you know, unfortunately, you can't, like, do it, you know, I mean, it's like hard, man. Like, you know, because my very generous, sympathetic side wants to go out and be like, I want to help you. Give them shelter.
Make a bunch of sandwiches and, you know, just pass them
That's
out.
what I've done, too, before. Like, one of my friends, that I haven't seen him in a long time, but, one of my friends is that, he actually made, like, 50-some sandwiches, and I think, bought a bunch of blankets from, like, Goodwill, and passed it all around and invited me to join him. And I'm like, oh, you're doing that? Okay. And I think I whipped up a couple things, and and joined him, and we went around the waterfront and just passed around sandwiches and blankets to whoever wanted some. So I mean, yeah, I mean, there is ways you could definitely help them, you know, even if it's for a little bit. Would it be unethical to give them edibles without telling them? Without telling them, yeah, maybe, I wouldn't say unethical, but dickish, but at least let them know, I guess. I've been hitting the bong all night. Well, I'm about to here in a second, so we're not going to be alone. Just gotta fill it up. There we go. I mean, you're giving them food. I mean, weed's medicine, man. Exactly. I mean, it's just that some people generally do have a, like, I think there's about 11% of the population who's, like, their brain actually can't process THC the same way, so they get freaked out and super paranoid and, like, super, like, they basically, like
really?
In a way, yeah. Yeah, I mean, but that's actually because, you know, he's schizophrenic, too. I mean, that doesn't help. But for some people, there's, like, a genuine, like, genetic thing with them where, you know, they could be normal or whatever, but it's just that if they have marijuana, they just can't literally take it. Yeah. So, I mean, that's why I would say, you know, let people know. Weed used to freak me out, but I'm used to it now. My tolerance has gone up. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it depends on the yeah, I mean, even Dakota said, it depends on the person. So for some people, it could, you know, get better over time after some more consecutive use, but for some people, just every time. Not to mention some edibles are a lot different than smoking it. That is also very true, because it's being processed through your stomach instead of just being processed through your lungs, where, like, your lungs is more direct, but it's more short-lived, while edibles is straight-up process going through the pancreas, going through your digestive tract, so it's being all absorbed throughout, you know, your digestive system in your body. So, I mean, you get it in, like, if I remember the times I've taken them, I've gotten it in kind of like waves. Like, I'll get, like, really good, like, high euphoric waves for a period, then it'll kind of simmer, but then it'll come back after a while. It all kind of, so, I mean, that's kind of like how for me at least, that's how I've experienced edibles. I haven't gotten, like, super, like, what the fuck? I've got, like, for me, it's like I get waves, but then again, I probably haven't had enough of a edible to actually get, like, a crazy, like, high from it. Oh, whoop, oh, whoop. Okay, here we go. Strangely enough, I never got the anxious, paranoid feeling from edibles the way I have from smoking. Huh. Yeah, I mean, I remember when I've had edibles, I would have a different high for sure. Dude, edibles and kratom is like nodding off on H. Well, I don't want to know what nodding off on H is, but I mean, kratom I still am open to try. In fact, I think I have an idea how I'll, like, start, to try it, like, for a stream or the show. I think I have an idea for it, so there may be, like, a stay tuned thing for that, but I have no idea yet. Kratom's my shit, bro. It's Pit Monks, too. I mean, it's a plant, too. It's really great shit. Just order. I know how to order it. I know where to get it. I mean, I know, like, where to find it. So, I mean, it's not hard. So, I'm just probably going to have it put off to the side and maybe try some, you know, and tell about my experience, but then actually, like, I don't know, it'll be planned, though. It will be planned, okay? It definitely will, so stay tuned, okay? Stay tuned. Dude, someday I'm going to grow poppy plants, man. I mean, it's not that hard to get poppy plants, isn't it? Make some tea from it. Yeah, I mean, fuck, if Afghanistan can do it, so can we, right? So, I mean, yeah, I mean, that'd be dope. Like, I mean, there's, like, poppy seed, like, lemon poppy seed muffins, for example. I mean, you can use it not just, like, to refine it to, like, an opium or some shit. You can actually just use that for food and stuff. And tea, like you said. So, I mean, there you go. There's multiple uses for it, so I don't see what's an issue with growing poppies. Poppies! Poppy! Oh, come through again.
Yeah, kitty time.
Kitty food. Oh, cats get fed. It's time for the children's feeding. What was that comment there that I saw? You cut the pods open, soak up the resin in a cloth, and refine it with vinegar. You can just smoke it. Damn, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. I mean, like, what hasn't the humans, like, what hasn't humans as a species smoked over its entire existence? I mean, like, I'm being serious on that. Like, how many plants that has humans over the course of our existence smoked just to see what it would do or whatever? Like, once we figured out how to do fire and shit, and then like realize, hey, we can smoke stuff, and like, I mean, like, I wonder what was the first thing somebody smoked, or like what was the first thing smoked, and then I wonder like how that started, just smoking stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, I want, you know, that's a really interesting thing. Properly random leaves. It wouldn't surprise me. Like, that's probably how they started. It's like, this leaf looks really interesting. Let's grind this up and see if it smoke it. Like, or I feel like maybe they what happened was, like, I feel like what the connection with marijuana, at least, I think what happened is probably they were making it for a fire. Had a lot of it, of course, because they collected it, and then they probably got a euphoria out of it, and they're like, wait a minute, like, this gives us a euphoria and has a very good smell. What happens if we, like, directly smoke this? That's probably what they did, maybe. I have no idea. I wonder if they smoked in a rolled cigar type thing, or just inhale smoke off a burning pile. I'm sure it started off a burning pile, like they, like, went in a hut with like a smoldering thing of, you know, leaves and shit they've collected that, you know, can give them like a different state of mind, essentially, and that's probably how it started. Cannabis back then was nowhere as strong as it is now. Oh yeah, for sure. And back then, you know, it probably didn't matter as much, considering like some stories, because I think like the first actual reported count was like this Chinese emperor from like the BC who was was indulged by the curiosity of the smell of it, and he indulged himself into trying some, and then he like had a blue jay like basically say to him, conquer like the other empires around you, because you can you know, defeat them and stuff, and also, you know, bring more power to your own. Whoops. And after he did that, and after he smoked it, he did that, and ended up conquering a lot of these empires. I don't exactly remember the full story, but I will have to check it. I mean, I don't know if it's even actually genuinely true or not, but I've heard it somewhere, so I feel like it is, but it's a really cool story if it is. Back when it was legal, you were better I'd buy an extract and smoking it. Yeah, because from what I've heard, I think you might have told me this, that there was that they had oil extracts too of cannabis back then, which I didn't know about. But that's cool. Like, which it also doesn't surprise me that that was possible, because they were all taking extracts out of all sorts of things and all sorts of different types of you know, herbs and stuff to make their little concoctions of like snake oil, you know, potions and shit. But at least with cannabis, at least it's not really a snake potion or snake oil. It's common in pharmacies. Yeah, I think I remember you told me about it. Okay. Well, now I actually know what I'm about to grab. Gonna put this down right here for safety. And you know, one thing we really need in this garage really badly is a freaking carpet or a rug, dude.
Right, yeah.
I'm being serious. Like, a fat rug right here, man, would be far better in general, just because of all the pieces that we have out here, you know?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, because if it falls, at least there's that chance where the cushioning of the rug could save, like, a bowl dropping or something like that. Like a bong, it probably... Oh shit, there's some yelling going on. What the fuck? But anyway, yeah, but like a piece like this might have a chance due to how thick it is. It may have a chance of like being cushioned, but yeah, but like maybe a small piece like that might not be. But I mean, at least it'll give that cushion to at least help with like potential glass hazards. You know what I mean? Because we have a box of just old pieces that we sometimes.
Really?
I'm gonna actually show you. It's under here. And by the way, we're getting rid of this fucking thing eventually. So, I mean, it's still a messy-ass garage. What garage isn't super messy, to be honest with you? But, yeah, that little tub is full of just broken glass. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some glass in here from, like, old... I think I probably had this in a video maybe once, but there's a story behind this one, actually. Hold up. I'll tell the story. I'll tell the tale. Damn, it's a graveyard. Yeah, we unfortunately have a graveyard, dude. And yeah, but the story with this sucker was I was tired as fuck one day, and my former friend who we've shit on in the past, to be honest with you, I don't recognize this thing, but this is resonated as fuck, but I don't recognize it. But anyway, I was sleeping, and I actually had it near me, like, on the table, just kind of chilling like this, and I was just kind of, like, sleeping like this, because I think they were trying, I think we were all going to watch the movie, what was it, Aliens, Covenant, or Prometheus. It was one of the two. I think it was the newest one. Did he break the glass? He didn't directly, but I think he indirectly was one of the causes to it, which I'm about to get here. He eventually woke me up, just like, hey, let's go in the garage and smoke a little bit. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I get up, just like slosh or whatever, and I thought I had a grip on it, but it slipped out of my hand. So yeah, I did technically knock it over because I was sliding it and whatever, but I had it in my hand, so I thought I had a grip on it. But I'm tired, so I'm kind of like in and out of like this weird like light sleep, you know, like daydreaming shit. And then it fell out of my hand, and then I just realized what happened, and I just went, fuck! And, you know, and I just, like, I stormed out of my room for a second. I came back, cleaned up the mess, and then went in my room and just went to sleep. I was just like, okay, fuck this day. So, the next day, we did get a new piece, but it was just like, this was, like, one of my favorites. I love this little guy, but now it's gone. Now it's gone. It's been eviscerated. So... it's an unfortunate tale, but I mean, yeah. What I think I called that the lab rat, or I don't know what I remember what I named that piece, but I think it was like either the scientist, or something like that, or like or the lab or some shit. Because I had like a bunch of different other perks on it that made it look kind of scientific as fuck, so that's why I called it. I think that was actually the second model, because I had the first one too, but that was poor glass and broke. It's laboratory grade glass. It looks like it. So that's why. And also the little perk for it was really cool too. I mean, you can't really tell now. Oh, I guess you can right here. Oh, there it is, camera. Yeah, but it had like little slivers right here, which you can kind of see some resin lines on there where you can see it. And it would just kind of, I think it was called like a submarine perk. I don't remember what all these freaking perk names are. I mean, there's so many, dude. But it will just kind of like bubble up after that. It was nice. It hit clean. It wasn't super difficult to clean if you kept up with it. I mean, it was pretty good. It was a nice little piece, but unfortunately it's gone now. I mean, my first piece though lasted forever. I don't even remember what I called it, but it was thick. I think I only spent $70 on it, and lasted me probably 6 months or so. And it was dropped so many times that it should have not have survived as long as it did. Like, let me tell you another one. So this is TK back when he smoked a lot. He had it in his hand once, and high as fuck, just drops it. He just like he's standing up like this and just drops it like that. And it's in this garage, and it's concrete, as you can tell. Oh, Curly's getting his feeding time. Curly, get over here. Curly, you gray, fat, cement fuck. Get over here.
Come on, Colonel.
You puss. I think I have to get out of the way really quick. Hold up. Go on. Go on. Go on. There you go.
Yeah, that's a good curl.
Little puss. But yeah, so TK just drops it on this. Oh, well, nice. And on the cement, and it did not even crack. Like it, like how can I'll simulate with this vitamin water. It like dropped like this. It bounced like that. Went bang bang da da da, and just went continuously doing that until it like stopped. And everybody in the room just stopped and just looked. And we were all perplexed and shocked that it didn't even break. Like, and then we just looked at him and it's like, dude! Like, what the fuck are you doing? Is your friend there, oh, fuck. Oh, here we go. Is your friend there, the guy with the long hair and beard? Yeah, that's TK. And he was the one who dropped it and didn't break in his garage somehow. So I mean that first piece, like well, here's how it broke. So I'll get into how it broke here really quick. It was before this room was made, and we were chilling in the old setup. I don't remember exactly how, but we had a little setup on the wall edge over here, and I took a hit, and it was like literally right after. I put it down on the little table that we had, and I put it down on, like, you know, it wasn't on the edge or anything, but somehow, I guess I didn't realize I didn't do that, because it was on the edge, and then it just literally went like this, went bop, and then just went, and it went like that, right into the concrete, and then the very neck of it broke. I mean, the whole thing didn't break, but the very neck of it did. So, in a way, it's still usable, and I still have it, but there needs to be, like, another neck that was broken where the top of it isn't broken, so I can, like, mold it with, like steel putty or, like, something, and just have it, like, molded back on there, and I can technically use that piece again, but I just... all this time, for some reason, I've just never gotten around to doing it. I mean, I do have, like, another top neck piece. It's right on top of it, but I just never done anything with it. I just, like, next time we have steel putty, I'm going to get reminded of that, and I'm just going to do it with just, like, instinctively. Dude, when glass fails and hits the floor, it's like time slows down and your heart stops. Oh, my God. I've had too many of those experiences than I'd like to admit, man. Oh, my God. It's even with a bowl sometimes, like you might just only have one bowl, and you might be in the middle of the night or whatever, and you're looking forward to a session shit, and then it drops, and then this part of it breaks, so you can't put it back in there or something. It's like a perfect break or some shit, or just shatters or whatever. But then all you have is like that or whatever. It's just, and then it's just like, damn it! It's like, how am I supposed to smoke now? It's just. But, yeah, let me go actually grab, speaking of smokes.
I'm just talking about everything I dealt with. Attack of the Mutant Wiener Dogs.
Uh-huh, Mutant Wiener Dogs.
Oh, Wiener Dogs are nasty little bastards.
Oh my, I've never,
They're mean.
I mean, I've seen Wiener Dogs and shit, they're not.
Talk about ankle biters.
You know what's an ankle biter? It's a damn chihuahua. The only chihuahua.
Rip off your ankle.
Okay, you know Melissa's, my mom's friend, who has those two chihuahuas?
Yeah.
Those are the only chihuahuas that don't fit in with the stereotype of a chihuahua. The only ones I've ever met. Other than that, chihuahuas are the most annoying little shits ever. Like, I'm pretty sure they're not even literally a dog. Like, they are just annoying.
Chupacabra.
Yeah, Chupacabra.
TK looks like Gun Jesus from Forgotten Weapons. Oh my God. He kind of does, actually. He does a little bit. I see the resemblance. Oh my God, he does. He actually kind of does a little bit. Oh my God. Oh my God, my stomach growled. I do remember, I have Pop-Tarts. I'll consume these Pop-Tarts. I'm still a child inside. I still buy Pop-Tarts. You watch Forgotten Weapons too? Well, yeah, I'm subscribed to them. I mean, if you look at my subscriptions, they probably should be in there somewhere. Like, I don't know how, like, if YouTube lets you, like, look at other people that, other channels, like, subscriptions, like, in full, but it's in there somewhere. But, yeah, I watch them every now and then. You want? That's cool. Nice. I got a chance to see my senator, Jeff Merkley, today, but I didn't actually get to meet him, though. Like, because it was a graduation for, like, all the college kids today and shit. And I had to do one more final performance and stuff with the band class I had. So, that was why I had to call in for work, too. It was because of that. And I was at this at the like Memorials Coliseum right next to the Rose Garden / Moda Center. I still call it the Rose Garden because that's what it used to be called. So fuck Moda Center. It's Rose Garden. But yeah, and he was one, and Jeff Merkley happened to just be one of the speakers. So we did our performances and stuff, and then we packed up and everything. And due to traffic, it took forever for them to turn around and come back, so we can actually put all of our equipment back, and then go to the school and drop it off. It was just insane. Man and I had a gun show outside after it closed. He walked around the corner and back building where I was smoking a joint with my friend and just kind of winked at us. Nice, because he knew what was up. He knew what was up. It was like, I approve. I don't normally do it, but I approve. Seemed like one of those guys. Doesn't do it, but approves of it. Also, these cinnamon Pop-Tarts, they now come with more frosting. As it says on the package, honestly, I think it's 50-50. Like, this one's alright, but, okay, this one's a little alright too. So this little package actually has some frosting tart on that shit. But sometimes I'll get it and it's like nothing on there. It's like, this doesn't mean anything if you say more frosting. It's like, this is fake news. It's fake news, Pop-Tarts. You are fake news. I will sue you for slander, you fake news. And you buy any media to promote your fake news. I will not support your fake news agenda. I was really struggling with that one. I struggled for some reason on that one. And there is a piece of plant that is not... Get in trash. There we go. There's like a evergreen leaf. Like a little pine of like an evergreen or something in my bowl, and I was like, what? Should I go live one of these days? That's up to you, dude. Go for it. You always pronounce Mark Hamill's last name is Mark Hamhill. Oh my god. Isn't it like, I don't know why I keep saying Hamhill for some reason. Wow, you noticed something I didn't. It makes me think of a big mountain of meat. Ham Hill. Alright, boys. We're gonna go on this mound of meat. Ham Hill. Okay. Ham Hill. I don't know. For some reason, I just saw it as Mark Hamhill. What the? I met him once, too. Well, how are you meeting all these people? I wish I could meet these people. Shit. I want to meet Mark Hamhill. There I go again. There I go again. See, that is so ingrained in my head, dude. I don't know if I'm ever going to get rid of that. I don't know, dude. Mark Hamhill. Mark Hamhill. I did it again. I'm going to struggle with that one now. I'm struggling. I'm struggling now. That's going to be a struggle. That's going to be a struggle, dude. Uncle knows Bruce Lee. They were best friends. Yeah, you told me that story once. I remember. Not on stream, but you told me it before. And, there's like no one famous that, I can think of that anyone I know might have met. Oh, I remember. My mom went to high school with an old rock star before he was famous. What was his name? I'm blanking on his name right now. Oh my god.
You know, I know you're talking about too.
You know?
Yeah, but I can't think of the name.
Okay, yeah, because
He's a rock and roller.
Yeah, because I mean, you would know better than I would, because you freaking dated my mom for a while. So I mean, yeah, like, what is his name? I'm blanking on his name. I'm just gonna like say a random name, which I know is probably wrong. I mean, it's not Ringo Starr, I know that, but I mean, maybe it'll like pop up.
There were two brothers.
Two brothers. Okay, two brothers. That helps a little bit. Okay, it doesn't help because it's making it harder for me to try to find out. Like, it's obviously not the Doobie Brothers. It's not them. I mean, but that'll help me kind of like at least scratch them off.
Van something.
No, Van. It's not Van Halen. Definitely not. It's Van. Van. Oh my God. Okay, it's Van, but why am I struggling? Why are we struggling with this?
I don't know why it's Van or not. It's just.
I know Van Morrison.
No,
it's not Van Morrison. I'll have to ask her. Man. But I know she did used to also go to school with and her family does know the current governor of Texas, so I think that I don't know him, I don't know anything about him, but they straight meet him, have known him, and because they are.
That's a jerk. I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, for all I know, he could be like the biggest like corrupt piece of shit ever, or he can be like just the most.
He's a politician, right?
Yeah, he's this. He's the governor of Texas. So I said, take that for how you will, because I don't know anything about him, and I don't delve into Texas politics because I just don't really. I mean, I only really know is that Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio are definitely like the little like left bubbles in Texas, which is like red. It's just like all red with like a couple blue dots.
Good Austin, which is the capital.
Yeah. I know Dallas is fairly, I definitely want to say progressive, but more blue than the rest of Texas, obviously. I don't know if Dallas is more blue.
I don't know.
I think, I know Houston is a very big, music scene, so, in a way, I think that might be a little bit more blue, because, I mean, music is definitely, There's a music venue that used to be the old Industrial Light and Magic facility where they did special effects on the original Star Wars. Oh shit, dude! I have to.
Van Zant.
Van Zant?
I don't know.
I feel like that. I feel like that's it. Michael Van Zant or something. I want to look it up, but I can't right now because I'm streaming. Who could it be? Ronnie Van Zant? I think so. It's from Leonard Skinner. Okay, no, it couldn't be Leonard Skinner. It's more of a. It's like more. He's more not like hard rock, but he's. I'm blanking on. That's where I met Mark Hamill, by the way. I'm just gonna say Ham Mill because at least that looks better, and plus that can help me diverge from Ham Hill. But damn, that's cool though. Met Mark Hamill at a old Star Wars shop that is now a music venue. That's cool. It almost surprised me if the original actors went there to check it out. Be like, what is this place up to now? I used to be here back in the day. But man, I am still trying to like in the back of my mind. I'm still trying to find the artist that my mom like had a crush on. And like was friends with and everything like it was like literally her like middle school like elementary school to middle school and early high school like crush sweetheart for like the longest time back in her day. I'm trying to remember who the fuck he is. I just don't remember. I don't know. Damn. I'm gonna have to ask her again about that because I mean it'd be really cool to see who that guy is again. The movie itself was filmed in England mainly. The facility is just where they did special effects like space explosions. Yeah, I know they had a specific spots for like special effects for everything. It had like a big workshop. I mean, because I have a book on like the Star Wars, the original trilogy.
Mom's asleep. I was going to ask her, but
oh, she's asleep. Cool. Well, not cool, because I mean, I'm still in the back of my mind trying to figure it out. I'm still trying to figure it out. I mean, I just don't know who it is right now.
Me neither.
Yeah.
If I heard the name, I would know it, but...
Yeah, like, if I heard the name again, I wouldn't recognize it. And then, at that point, it'll be locked in my head. All the indoor Death Star shit was in England, Tatooine was in Tunisia, and Yavin 4 was in Guatemala. And I know Endor was in, like, Oregon, I think, or Washington, one of those two states.
It looks big and then it doesn't look so big. It looks like a bear and then it doesn't look like a bear. See, they don't know what it is.
Trying to check the shit.
The thing is, we have something a hybrid like that. If a hybrid can be made,
It was in California?
or bred in that
Aww.
regard,
Actually, that would make sense, because a lot of the forests and setup, they look like they were in, like, the redwood forest. I went to the forest where it was filmed. I actually happened to be, I ironically found myself driving by the set where they filmed a lot of the outdoor shit for Twilight, because a lot of the outdoor stuff was actually recorded in Oregon. So I think it was like a group of friends on like this counseling trip back in high school. That was like separate from the school itself. I mean, it was an after school thing, and we were going to like this like a little trail near the gorge, and we just happened to pass by like the area that they happen to record a lot of the stuff near the woods and stuff. And it's like, whoa, well, that's an interesting fact that I really don't give a shit about because it's Twilight. Twilight.
Yeah, hi, thanks for taking my call. One guy way before me tried to pull my thunder, but I think it's
Look at my bank.
all these things
Your
put
bank?
together. I think it's
Holy shit, you're nearly a billionaire, dude.
Hey.
We need to tax all of that from you.
Uh-huh.
99%.
It's like the earth is rebelling, you know.
Whoa. I have actions against you. No, I don't want to do that. No. The little ground homestead where Luke lived was actually a little inn in some Tunisian town. You can stay there. Yeah, that was yeah, I remember what Tatooine was in Tunisia because of that little spot. And there's actual like pictures of it when it's not the set, and it's really cool. It's just like a little town dug in, or just like little places dug into the ground where you can just stay in, like 20, 30 feet, and get like a floor or two, and you have like an underground house. That's pretty cool. I mean, in a way that could probably help with like shade from the sun and stuff. I'd like to have like a little hole in the ground like that. That'd be cool. Have like a big hole you can like walk, like have steps all on the side and walk out, and then have like a fat garden around it, so it looks like an oasis or something like that. That'd be cool. That would be really cool to have.
Yeah, do you have them underground houses? You know,
Yeah,
built underground.
like little hobbit homes and stuff. Yeah, in Tunisia, in the desert, there's where they filmed the set for Luke's little house. That's an actual place, and it's a hotel that in a Tunisian town that you can actually stay in, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw one, actually toured one that actually was a pretty big house underground. Just walk down in there and...
Yeah, I mean, imagine like a big hole where it's kind of like the little courtyard of your home, and then you take steps that just goes all the way down, like on the side, spiraling down, and then there's just like, I don't know, like depending on how many like homes you want in there, you can have like a doorway leading to everyone's like little spot they can chill in, and then from there, you know, you get essentially as many rooms as you want to build into it, you know, if you want. Like, because
right.
you could just, if you want more rooms, you can have like a second floor going deeper, or just have more rooms going outward and stuff. They're little rooms. Yeah, I mean, you can't make them too big, because at that point you would actually have to put support in there, or else the ground will just collapse, you know? So, I mean, yeah, I mean, you kind of have to have them small, unless you want a risk of collapse, you know what I mean?
That may be what they're feeling. I think that's why a lot of people get headaches.
Man, there are like fat spiders in these corners every now and then. It's like little brown spiders. I don't know if they're recluses or like little
I'm not a
spiders.
recluse.
I don't think we have recluses up here. But I've seen like little brown spiders. I think they're either like garden spiders or like a wolf spider, like a different, like a subspecies of wolf spider, because they're pretty fast and they're pretty big. They could get big. Like, I mean, these guys are like, you know, yay round. I mean, they could get bigger than that, I'm sure. I mean, they love this garage too. Like, there'll probably be a time someday if I'm just streaming out here that there'll probably just be a fat ass spider just chilling, going down the wall, and I don't notice. I mean, I've had that happen to me already. Only it wasn't that spider. It was like this tiny, like it was this tiny little thing with the longest freaking legs. Like, I don't know what they're called, but they like to be very reclusive and stay to themselves and don't move that much unless they're going to a new little spot. And yeah, it like walked up on my laptop, and I noticed it, freaked out, and I was like, okay, I'm showing this on stream, because I was like, oh shit, this is insane. It's like there's a spider just making its turf on my turf. It's like, okay, no, no. It went on the floor, and I don't know where it went from there, but it didn't get on me, so I don't give a shit. If I find it again, I'm getting it out of my room. I'm gonna put it outside. That's like one of my things. I don't kill shit. I try to put it back outside first, because my mom will be like, kill it, and I'm like, no, I'm putting it back outside. There has a chance to actually have a fruitful insect or arachnid life, eating shit, or doing whatever it's gonna do.
Raccoons are scary. Raccoons are scary, dude. But you know, I actually had an encounter with a raccoon, and it was an amazing encounter. And I'll tell you what, walking down the street, did a night shift, walking down the street in Portland, rainy morning, cold morning. I felt like I was.
Raccoons aren't scary.
Around 3 or 4 in the morning. I got up early. Walking down the street.
You see the ones around here, all they like to do is just like be in the trees and just stare at you.
Went into this courtyard, and there at the other end of the courtyard was a raccoon, and he was a big guy. And he's walking, and he looks right at me, and I look right at him, and he starts coming forward towards me. And I'm thinking, oh, this guy's so cute. And I went to reach my hand up, and he looked at me like, what are you doing? But I realized, I'm stupid. I'm not going to put my hand out to a raccoon that may attack me and may have rabies. So
I mean, that's just kind of common sense.
And I walked on, and he walked on too.
I mean, it was like, that sounds, I mean, raccoons are scavengers, so if you put your arm out, it's going to be like, what are you doing? I mean, because it's like, you got food in there? You got something for me to nibble on? Are you trying to, like, get my trust? Are you trying to kill me? It's like, I mean, it's going to, yeah, I mean, raccoons are fairly intelligent, honestly. I mean, I saw a video, I shown it on stream before, and there was this dude feeding raccoons Doritos, and it wasn't just, like, raccoons as in like 4 or 5. There had to be like 24 of these bitches coming from the tree line. Like, they were popping out of the tree line left and right, dude, in the background, and there was like 10 or 15 crowded around them, and they were all patiently waiting, and they all looked like they were in a little line, and the only aggression was against each other because they're fighting over Doritos. So I mean, it's like, oh my god, it's like, damn. I mean, you can even have a pet raccoon if you know how to, you know, live with a raccoon. Is that a cross? Oh, that's an arrow. Mark Hamill's fun fact: his favorite band is the Beatles. That's one of my favorite bands. One of them. I have a lot. Like, if I had to not pick specific genres, it'd probably be like Nightwish, Prophets of Age, Anthrax, the Beatles, CCR, the Rolling Stones, what else? What else in this list of like bands I will listen to for an extensive period of time? Tool will be another one. What about Canned Heat? You did show me some. I haven't gotten enough listening time on them yet. I've only listened to one song, which was pretty good. But I need to open up my discography on them a little more to get like a more of an opinion of them. But yeah. I've listened to only just one song. I forgot the name of it though. Can't Heat is an old 60s band. Well, okay, I kind of remember a little more. Yeah, okay, so I think you're thinking of some link that I sent you. Yeah, that was probably where it was. Yeah, now I remember. Yeah, you were showing me some music to check out. And I checked it out, but haven't listened enough to just get an opinion of. Like for me, like I would have to listen to maybe like 5 songs, depending if it's actually like good. I'll like if I can at least get like 5 songs, be like, all right, this is some good shit. Then I definitely can say it's probably a good band and continue to listen. But if there's like, if it's like 3 out of 5 songs that are just not good, then I'm probably not gonna listen to them much. You know what I mean? But, yeah, but but the song I listened to was really good, so I gotta check them out some more. I probably will tonight because I've been in kind of a musical mood because I've been playing music all day. Actually, you know, I might as well. I could get my bass out for a little bit. What song? I don't remember because all I did was look up the band and picked a random song.
I'm so glad I upgraded.
I'm trying to remember what the name of it was.
With double hung windows. Now they open from
I'm not remembering the name.
They tilt forward so
what did the cover look like?
They're energy efficient.
I'm just blanking on that. I know I listened to the song. I don't think it was the cover. I think the video just had like just like a playlist, or not playlist, but like a selection of pictures of like the artists or related to it and stuff. So I don't think there was an album cover of it, but yeah, I'm just blanking on the song name right now.
It was awesome.
And again, it was like probably maybe like a week or 2 ago since I listened to it, so I just haven't listened back at it. Just, I don't know why. I haven't had the time, and I don't really listen to music that much anymore either. Did it have lyrics or just international? It had lyrics to it. I remember that it did have some lyrics to it.
See redfin.com for other terms and conditions.
I don't know if it was like mostly instrumental with some music or if it was just like a bunch of music. I'm actually going to grab another vitamin water because this one's almost gone. And I will just mix the vitamin waters together. That's actually really good. If you want to like make like a combo with vitamin water, like drink half of one and then get another one and just fill it up halfway up. And it actually I filled this acai blueberry pomegranate with a little bit of dragon fruit, and it was a really good mix. So if you want to make your vitamin water better, just mix it together. But I'm gonna go grab another one really quick so I can do that.
The Middle by Zed. It became #1 on Billboard, iTunes. It has a familiar sound in it, that high-pitched noise that comes after the middle. Where else can we hear that noise? Well, the Justin Bieber song, which was #1 on the Billboard and #1 on iTunes. A few years back. So what if those frequencies
I'll try not to be too loud.
Are being used to trick us, psychologically trick us into thinking that the song is great and that you want to buy it? And
grab one more thing.
what if the government can use those frequencies to maybe control humans or
going to bed? Alright. I'll check your seat now.
control animals? Maybe.
Switching angles.
I'm 15.
You're pretty smart.
There we go. Angle switch. Now let's fix my actual angle here. There we go. There we go. Cool. Let's hear what Clyde's talking about. He's talking to some lady who called in.
Okay.
Let's hear what you...
That's one of the reasons why I think a lot of people are addicted, because they're caught up in those waves. They affect the brain in such a way that you feel addicted to that feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
I don't know if they're talking about drugs, but...
when you put the middle on cassette and you listen to it on cassette, it's analog, it's not digital.
Needle in the cassette? Okay, so they're not talking about drugs then, what?
It goes over those high-pitched noises. You can feel a slight itch on your shoulder.
Wow.
Well, because music...
It's called there's silent sound.
Okay, well, I'm going to talk about that really quick, because music has, like, an effect on people, you know what I mean? Like, music can send chills down. Like, there's this one song I listened to by Nightwish. It's called The Greatest Show on Earth. It's a 24-minute piece. And that whole song, when I listened to it, what sent me chills down my spine. And I love Nightwish, so I seen them live twice. And the second time was after that their album release of Endless Forms Most Beautiful, which had that song on it. And that was a 2017, either, I think it was 2015 or 2016 release. I can't remember specifically, but it has to be like one of my most favorite albums ever. It's just beautiful. It's fucking astounding. And and they played that song live. And I think that was the first time that music has actually made me cry, was hearing that song. And then hearing Floor Jansen sing Ghost Love Score, that is another song that has made me cry, like, because of how powerful the song was. Because Ghost Love Score is a 10 and a half minute piece that was done on their album Once from 2008, which was the last album with Tarja Turunen on it. And she sang the song and had a very operatic voice with it. But the way Floor, like, in her variety of vocal ranges, and her singing that song, like, I've heard her sing it live on video, but never, like, live in person. And even live, I'm just like, holy shit, like, whoa, that took me back, and I felt like I skipped a beat, you know what I mean? But hearing it live, though, it's like, oops. It's like a whole nother, like, high, dude. Like, music has that effect, and I mean, and sounds in general, they have that similar effect, you know? So, yeah, dude, I mean, this lady sounds like sounds just a reactor to giving her a really cold shoulder. I mean, there's songs and sounds that made me feel that way, too, so. I missed everything else they're talking about because can't pause radio, but I mean, who gives a fuck? I don't know what they were talking about, but hey, it gave us a conversation. Let's see what this guy's saying.
In a mountain somewhere, it's on call when these events happen. It sleeps upside down like a bat, and then halfway through this conversation, my wife said it's now aware that we're speaking of it, but it doesn't care. It's here to do a job. It doesn't really care about us at all. It's here to collect that energy and take it back to its dimension that has a lot of strange mixture creatures.
So you're talking about an owl hybrid, sort of, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, then. What the fuck? Yeah, there's like this owl bat like hybrid that is like aware and is collecting information on us. That is Coast to Coast AM. No, I'm listening to Clyde Lewis, Ground Zero, and it's on I think it's on AM, but no, it's on FM, and Clyde Lewis actually got some really interesting stuff that he talks about, but he gets into a lot of like cryptozoology, a lot of like alien shit, a lot of conspiracies too at the same time, and 80% of the time, it's the most insane fucking shit you have ever heard. And I think the last stream, you probably got a little glimpse of that when Robert, who was also just in here, was having a discussion with me about aliens training Nazis and giving them the information on how to build rockets, I guess, or something. And I guess I'm in denial, so I don't know. I don't know, dude. I mean, this kind of gets going into a different point about, just media. I mean, radio is, like, so obsolete as fuck, and, I mean, unfortunately, this is what is left of it, is a lot of, unfortunately, conspiratorial nonsense. I mean, Clyde is actually not that bad compared to some other dudes. Like, if you go in the Midwest, you're gonna be bound to find some insane fucking shit. Like, whoa, like Alex Jones, but on steroids, beyond his own steroids and male vitality. I mean, he's actually fairly, like, he's actually talked about stuff that's actually really interesting, and and me and Robert have talked deeply about, because it actually sparked a really interesting discussion. But I was hearing Bigfoot earlier. I was hearing shit about, like, interdimensional creatures or some shit, so I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I personally actually do think Bigfoot is a thing myself. A flavor of vitamin water. This is now 3 different flavors. This is fruit punch with blueberry, acai, pomegranate with one other flavor that I kind of forgot at this point. I think it was, oh yeah, dragon fruit. So there's 3 flavors in here now, but it's mostly fruit punch because that's actually kind of a strong flavor. But I'm still tasting everything else. It's really good. Like, mixed vitamin waters together, it's actually really, really good. Like, like what I want to do is, like, get even more crazy and start adding, like coconut with, citrus and, like, this XXX one, which is the acai blueberry pomegranate one. I mean, just get nuts with it. Like, I'm gonna start doing that. I'm just gonna go nuts with this shit. Okay, I'm gonna hope that maybe there's not some insane shit going down. I'm drinking a Sweetwater 420 IPA. Oh, that just sounds insane, dude. That sounds amazing. Like, a 420 IPA, is that, like, also, like, cannabis-induced or some shit? Like, what? Well, I mean, I guess it can't because, I mean, you're in a legal state. But, I mean, that just sounds insane. Like, whoa. Like, it's the best beer. I'm not even a fan of IPAs, but I want to try that. Like, I mean, because I've had IPAs that are just way too bitter for me. Like, I like, when it comes to alcoholic beverages, I can't handle bitter. Oh, here's some news.
In his money laundering case, the president says his former campaign chairman has been treated unfairly.
Oh, it's just commemoration for the Sweetwater 420 Festival. Oh, well, that's pretty cool, though. I wonder, what's the flavor of it? Because that's what interests me the most. But like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of bitters or, like, hops, personally. But sweets, fruity beverages, or, like, honey, mead, and stuff like that. Sweetwater Brewery is in Georgia. Okay, so it's southern. It's a southern brewery. It's citrus hoppy beer. Okay, that I actually might enjoy that, because the citrus I will probably just be, like, focusing on the citrus, and that would actually, like, sound good to me. So how much? If I ever find some of that I'll give it a shot. There's all sorts. I mean, it's very unlikely it's here because we have like 20 billion different breweries, especially microbreweries in Oregon and Washington. So there's Pelican, which is from Coos Bay. There's what else is there? I mean, I don't really drink that much, so I don't really know them all. But there's Fox Cider. There's what else? I mean, I don't drink, so I don't really know them that much. But I mean, there's a lot, dude. I mean, I can go, like, I could probably walk down to my store right now and go down our beer aisle and just show you what's microbrew and just show you the fucking variety, man. There's like this one little end fridge section that's all pure, like, local microbrews, and there's like 20 brands in there with like 3 different flavors of each, and it's not a big space either, and they have like all these different brands, and like the whole side of it's just nothing but tags of all the brands and flavors and how much they are and shit, and they're like always on sale. Like, you can find them all on sale for like a pretty decent price. I mean, if you don't have like the card to the store, I mean, you're not going to get those sale prices, but I mean, if you do, it's actually pretty good buck to probably get them. I mean, there's like a chocolate beer or something like that I want to try because it just looks so good. It's like, there's like, because I'm not like totally against beer. I'll have to like find what my niche is and like what I actually like, you know, or what I can at least tolerate. Should probably be once I'm losing Nashville. It's a cool little hippie stoner town in the mountains of NC. Sweet, dude. Yeah, like, I don't know exactly where I would like start doing meetups. I'll probably start in Portland, but I'll most likely be, you know, branch off on the West Coast first just to start it off with. But but if I end up going cross country and shit, I'll definitely try to make a meet out in NC for sure. If not in Asheville, in a place near it, you know what I mean? Like, I will try to find like a more, like, my goal, like, the best way to do it will be go into a place that's not too small, but not like a super big place, so you can fuck around a lot if you want, because that's what we're gonna do. Like, like, I mean, one thing I wish I can go check out is the DFF live meetup in Los Angeles, but it's just like, damn, dude. It's like, I want to go, but I'm not 21, and it just looks, it just sounds amazing. Like, I can't wait until they do one in Portland. Like, I would just love to see those dudes. So, I mean, they didn't actually kind of get an idea of what, you know, what these, like, live shows are kind of about, so I can kind of get an idea in my head, like, how to do that, too. So, all in due time, though, because I definitely want to try those meetups, like, do, like, a show recorded, you know, performed live in front of a bunch of people instead of, and then, like, maybe try to figure out how to live stream it, too, because fuck it, you know, if people can't watch and live, then, hey, I'll show it, or at least pre-record it, you know. You could go visit Scott Cuckdock's holiday in Eugene. Oh, Jeff Holiday? Yeah, yeah, I found out he lived in Eugene, and I'm like, dude, we could probably, I could probably even get him as a guest at some point. Not anytime soon, but down the line, maybe. I've thought about that, because he seems like a pretty interesting dude, or at least a pretty cool guy. When on the new DP, one of the episodes I did watch had Jeff Holiday in it, and he actually seemed like a really interesting, cool guy. And I checked out some of his videos, and he has pretty cool content. I like Jeff Holiday myself a little bit. He seems really cool dude. Pretty laid back, and also like very party-like at the same time. I hear he and his wife smell awful. Don't bathe. You know, I can kind of see that a little bit. I mean, just looking at his hair, but, I mean, at least I try to take showers at least every other day, because, I mean, I'm not, like, a super energetic, active person, so I'm not going to be sweating my ass off and shit all the time. And at least from what I could tell, I mean, people don't really say I'm a smelly dude, so every other day, you know. Wash your hair every other shower after that, I mean, because I'm not, like, I think there's, like, a balance between, like when it comes to, like, the hair and shit. Because for me, I don't like it, like, right after I shower where it's all poofy and hard to, like, control. But after, like, the third or fourth day, where it's not greasy or whatever, but, it's worn a little bit. Like, and you can kind of control it more, but still looks good. Like, that's kind of, like, my balance, I say. But after you get farther than that, and then it starts getting greasy and, like, obviously slick looking and just starting to stick together and some shit, it's just like, okay, you gotta wash it a little bit, dude. Like, and also, anecdotal, because this is from my former friend, but he also said that washing your hair, like, every shower or every day or something like that is actually bad for your head, so I'm just like, okay, whatever, I don't do it every shower, so it's just like, okay. Why am I talking about my shower schedule and, like, how I do it? What the fuck? I have, like, all these vitamin waters around me now. They're all over me. The vitamins, I just need to collect them all. Oh, I need to collect the rest of my shit that I left over here. Stay on a little longer. Get my buds back over here. Get that shit out of there. Ah. Oh, I don't know if you're a patron to DFF or Pessimist Productions, but you should have seen their newest. You should check out their newest episode that they did on torture. Torture, dude. I am good. I was able to catch like the last 10 minutes of the live show on Patreon because of course I was doing my performance and stuff, and after we were done with everything. But scat babies. Down where I live, you have to shower at least once a day. Oh yeah, like when I was in the South, I had to. Like when I was in Texas, I literally had to shower every day because every day I was sweaty as fuck, dude. I'm like, oh my god, there's no way I'm gonna just literally stay like this. No. It's like, oh god, I feel like I haven't showered in a week and it's only been a day. Even in Montana, like when I visited Montana, it's more drier there. Because in Dallas, where we were at, we were actually a little south of Dallas, so it's slightly worse. But it's, we got the humidity of Houston and the Gulf Coast, essentially. But in Montana, there's no water around you that makes humidity a big impact. So it was drier up there, so at least even in Montana in the summer, it's at least better. Makes the women's butt smell down here. Oh God, it would not surprise me if it did. It will not surprise me if it did. I mean, yeah. What was I? Oh yeah, on the torture thing, because the torture thing. At the bong, man. I'm getting there, sir. I'm getting there. I'm loading my. Oh my God! Don't rush perfection, sir. Do not rush perfection. Gonna grab this, and I'm gonna, in the meantime, have at least a little filler noise, so it's not just the sound of a fan. Oh, well, Clyde's back on, so we'll see what he's talking about.
Be able to shed some light on this. Don't want to talk, and that makes the interrogators very upset.
Whoa.
That makes the judges.
Fill the bong with vitamin water.
That makes the interrogators
maybe
perturbed.
You know what?
And when they become very upset.
Whoa.
Well,
whoa.
Start playing little games.
Okay. Everything malfunctioned like instantly, but the bowl is safe. See what I mean? Like with my rug thing. Like I just dropped the bowl, but it was on the table. But if I was on the edge and fell on the ground, this thing would have been gone, dude. This bowl would be done. Like if we had a thick rug or just a rug in general down here, that bowl probably at least would have been saved and would not be as freaky. Because this is concrete, dude. It has claimed the lives of a lot of glass. A lot of glass. Anyway, I'm going to just rinse this out really quick. I'm just going to be over here. Because I have a sink. Capable of this.
The judge has revoked his bail, revoked his house arrest, and is going to send him to jail. He's going to face charges. Maybe he'll post bail, probably not.
Okay.
They want to stick it to this guy.
We'll do fruit punch. Because that one's like the mixture drink, and I do not want to use that.
Believe that
I'm doing it. See? See? I'm doing it. I've done tea in here. I've done eggnog before. I've done soda too. Oh my God. Look how purple it is.
If they knew they could prove it, honestly, if they knew it, if they had all the evidence they needed, they wouldn't be cutting deals, they wouldn't be shooting anybody, they wouldn't be doing raids, they wouldn't be doing any of this because they have all the evidence.
I can't see through this at all.
People, former criminals like myself know about. Okay, by the way, I stole my next door neighbor's car. For those of you that are wondering what I did, that was really wrong. I stole my neighbor's car.
Who is this?
All the drunk people from my buddy's house home. I got caught doing it.
You stole your friend's car? Well, you sound like a dipshit then.
I knew where he kept the keys. It's not like I hotwired it. Okay.
Well, you still stole his car, you dipshit. This is not Clyde, so I don't know who that is. Glanderson Booper, Glanderson Booper, Glanderson Booper. I just saw, I don't know if you know this guy named Brett Segmento, but he uploads like little segments, and he showed the Glanderson Booper raids of Tommy Sotomayor, or whatever the fuck his name is. Oh my God, I'm so glad I found that, dude. Oh my God. We're doing, okay. We will be doing raids at some point. We got to. I mean, dude, we got to at some point, man. Like, it's so hilarious. What's your take on Bourdain's death? Watch my ignorism on Anthony Bourdain, and that just, because I go into him entirely, and because I didn't know much about him, but in that ignorism segment, I get to learn about him, and at the end of it, I eventually got it, like, you know, a more informed opinion on how I felt about it. So, watch that, because it'll answer that. Because in the rundown is before his death, I'm like, why does he sound familiar? And I also feel bad because he killed himself. And then after I learned about it, it's like, oh my God, how did I know about him sooner? And wow, I felt like I missed out on having an idol. Because the guy, like, he's... Just watch the ignorism, because there's a lot that I liked about him. So I am definitely very tragic. I find the he was on JRE back in the day. I gotta watch that now. I'm gonna watch that, dude. I mean, the one thing I just hate is how people Okay, I'll say this first. What I hate is how people think that there's a conspiracy that he was murdered or some shit. And it's just like, okay, that's just so far-fetched. He's just a celebrity, and he uses a show, I'm blanking on the name of it right now, but it was, I'm forgetting on his name. It was his most new one, Parts Unknown, I think. It was on CNN, and, yeah, Parts Unknown, you got it, like, shortly before I did. Or, no, after I did. I don't know. I'm, like, high, but I haven't even took a hit yet. Well, I did, but not now. But, yeah, and, it's just, like, the dude is a celebrity using Parts Unknown, mainly. There was also No Reservations, and, there was a bunch of them. There's, like, 5 or 6 that he's done. It's done, and you can see in chronological order where, how he slowly was getting bigger and bigger over time. And, I mean, and I'm gonna actually have to go back and watch some Parts Unknown now, because there's I think I saw a couple segments, I don't think on Ignorance, but I think afterwards, after I did it, just to kind of look at him some more, and it just looked really awesome, dude, and it's definitely a shame that he, you know, did kill himself, but, I mean, I'll have to go back again to see if there's more information as to why, because it's been a while now since this happened, so I'll have to check it out. You should go on to Fetus to eat some mac and cheese as well as chili. Oh, Festus. I don't know why I said fetus. To meet the manatee situation, get Dorn some mac and cheese. Hello, my name is Brett Keane, and I would like you to welcome the guests at City Bourdain, or Bourdain. Fetus. Damn straight. Let's hear about this guy who stole his friend's car. Let's see if he's saying some more ridiculous shit as I take this, hit. Festus, Missouri. Fetus, Missouri. Yeah, dude. He lives in Fetus, Missouri. Missouri. Oh my god, I'm slipping all my words up now, dude.
You know what? The popcorn tastes good.
The popcorn does taste good. You see, he really says Arn more than Orn. Yeah, I mean, nowadays he doesn't really do his Keenisms as much. He did do Situation. He did do that when I last saw him. So, he still's got some Keenisms. I actually found another one, but I'm forgetting what it was, but it was on his most recent video, so I'll have to go check it out again. I did a stream when I was doing over one of his videos, because he's back. The Brett Keane has returned, by the way. I don't know if you know that yet. But, me and another DFF fan, Venom, like 9, there's some numbers after that. But him and I checked it out, and then I noticed the Keenism. I'm like, oh my god, this is a new Keenism I have to take advantage of. But now I'm forgetting it, so I can't take advantage of it, so I have to go back and remember it. Sit there so deeply ingrained that he can't avoid it. Yeah, dude. I was surprised if he's just indefinitely, permanently on the bed. I mean, there's some comments on his videos. There's not a lot, but like a couple. And I wonder if those are unironic or ironic, dude. Like, some of them are just like, you just really are speaking the truth. Okay, these are ads. But it's just like, oh my god, dude. Imagine what his flatulence smells like. I don't need to imagine what his flatulence smells like. He's the fucking manatee. I could just imagine what a manatee smells like and go from there. I mean, let's see. Is there like something... I think there's like another talk show on here, but I don't remember where. I'm just gonna keep it muted. Fuck it. I hate advertisements on radio because it's longer than the actual show that you're listening to. Oh my god. I tried not to laugh and it hurt. Damn, dude. I was untouchably hurt by that. I guarantee you there's at least an ounce of shit of the consistency of peanut butter cakes into the ice cream. I can't even give it. Oh my god, dude. With all that mac and cheese that Don makes for him, oh my god, I can just guarantee you that all he does is just shit peanut butter, dude. Of all that fucking artificial Velveeta plastic cheese that he just consumes with, like, very, like, artificially made noodles. Oh god, dude. There's actually, a couple of, brands that are actually pretty good, but Kraft ain't one of them. They, unfortunately, are fake as fuck, because it's, like, made with real cheese, but then if you look at the greens list, it's like made with like some real cheese, and it's just like it's not made with real cheese. It's just a rip-off. I mean, it's just like Velveeta, dude. All that plastic. Like, what the hell? Like, I think there's this video, I haven't checked it out, but it keeps getting recommended to me. It's like, it's showing that, like, how cheese is like the, you know, artificially produced cheese is plastic as fuck, but it's just like, I know this, but I kind of want to see it, but I already know that, and I kind of expected it already. She probably also puts a can of off-brand Veneta sausages into the blender with a few dollops of mayonnaise into the blender, and then feeds them the slop. Yeah, dude. I mean, you gotta keep the manatee trough filled, man. You got like, yeah, I can guarantee you, he just has like this little trough of just like mac and cheese and like sloppy Veneta sausages that are off-brands with mayo in it, and he's just like, I'm the manatee. Oh my, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to do my own little Brett Keane segment situations when he like of his new videos. I'm not really gonna go back to his old ones. I probably will. I mean, it's Brett Keane. You kind of gotta have to, but he's making new videos consistently right now, so I have that potential to just use his new shit. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna continue the legacy of Brett Keane here. You know, and I have actually thought about what if Brett Keane was on the show, and I just went, oh god, I don't even want to think about that, dude. I don't want to fall into that rabbit hole. But at the same time, I do. Like, I'm enticed by the manatee, man. I'm enticed by the manatee, and I don't know why. There's just like something about it that just entices me to just like go after the manatee, go after it, expose him. I mean, he's just been so exposed so many times by DP and TJ and all them. You know, it's like you don't need to. You can just continue just like roasting his ass. Damn, that hit. Like, dude, the vitamin water got me a different high right now, dude. Like, whoa. It got me like a whoa. It got like more body high-ish now all of a sudden. I got like a little like ting going on, dude. It's like, whoa, dude. I like it. I like it, though. I mean, it's not like I'm complaining about that. Are these ads done? Because I kind of like hearing the crazy shit that we've been hearing on the radio, dude. Oh, no. Okay, guys. We're about to go on the Deanna show. She is worse, dude. She's just terrible. Oh, did we miss it? Okay, what time is it right now? Okay, yeah, she's been on 22 minutes. So she starts after midnight to like 3 a.m. or some shit.
That's the correct number.
Dana.
844-344-3262.
Yeah, she is just like unapologetic. Okay, so what I do like about it is her unapologetics, but she is so conservative as fuck. It's like, why must I? Oh shit, one of my friends just sent me a message about ZZ Top here, dude. I can probably read it really quick. Right. So this is from Rip City Baseworks. He watches my streams too. So he says, yo, are you going to ZZ Top? Harley, LA and I got tickets. Oh shit. We also are going to see Kelly's Irish pub afterwards. Well, I can't go to the pub, so that's kind of not worth it. But I'm probably going to ZZ Top. I'm going to try to see when that is and go to it. I mean, I'm not friends with LA anymore because we're former, but I mean, I'm at least going to have to tolerate him, so I'm getting over that shit. I mean, because the dude's fucking a nutball. Kind of a nutcase, dude. Like, his religion's crazy, like, he wants to get a dog, but what he's talked about how he's gonna treat it, it sounds like animal abusive as fuck, and it's just like I'm not about that. He shouldn't get one. Like, you know, if it like I've straight up told my friend Harley, who lives with him right now, if he does get a dog and he starts doing anything abusive, you let me know, and so you don't have to be accountable or some shit. We'll call ASPCA so that dog is saved from abuse, dude. Like, cause he has this little shed, like like probably about, I don't know. Let me get like a good estimate here. Okay, I found something. I found something that's about relatively the same size. These shelves right there is about as big as their shelf, and he wants to forcibly put that in there, put a dog in there, like a big one too. He wants a big one, and have it locked in there every night. And it's like, what the fuck, man? Like what the hell? And he's gonna cut it off from any specific part of like the apartment. It's like, dude is just like so authoritative. Like, he never wants to admit he's wrong. He is definitely egotistical, and I would have to say sociopathic, because he's very manipulative in a lot of ways. Harley on the spectrum? No, but I would probably, you know, hint to maybe a meth baby. Like, his parents, to this day, are dealing and probably making it. Well, they used to, because their old house, before they got evicted, had a lab. I never knew about it until afterwards. So, lol. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, dude, I'll have to, like, when we get the show started, I think the first one, we're going to make it a big one. Maybe not a 12-hour, but probably like a 6-hour one. And then just, some of it, I think we'll spend just kind of introducing ourselves as just us, you know what I mean? And kind of tell our backstories about, you know, where we came from. Tell stories once we started meeting each other and shit. Well, he apparently likes his trannies. He does, dude. Even when he used to say, even when he was kind of insecure about his sexuality, he had a thing for trannies, dude. Always. It was like a thing from like when I first met him. Well, this isn't Diana, so I don't know who the fuck he is, but I don't care. But yeah, he's got. I mean, he is into some crazy shit, bro. Like, dude is into like chains, whips, which, to be honest, I'm, you know, partially into too. I mean, I'm gonna admit it. But he's also like partially, but he likes it to like extremes. He likes hot play, cold play, knife play, which I'm not really into, dude. But especially like hot and cold play, that's like a little bit more the way, like, because I'm like kind of sensitive to temperature, so like I would get like either very hot or very cold or just neutral. Like right now I'm neutral, I'm fine. But once I go outside, I'm probably gonna be shivering my balls off. And if I like turned up the heat or went in my room or something, you know, I'll be like really warm. So it's just like, I don't get it. I think it's just because of how skinny I am. But so I'm just not into that. But knife play is just like, fuck off of that, dude. Just no. But he's into it for some reason. He likes fire for some reason. He's burnt himself, and then he's like, I'm hurting, but kind of turned on at the same time. He's like, he said that. It's like, oh my God, Harley, why are you into that? But he's also like, what else is he into, dude? I'm just gonna dive into what he's into. I mean, oh my God, like he's also definitely into like master pet play. So I mean, that's definitely up his alley. He's super big titties. That's another thing he likes. I mean, you'll probably never like catch him not saying that at some point. Like if I said big titties right now in the room, he'll be like, what, where are big titties? You know, I mean, that's like one of his. It's like if you give like a dog like a word as like a command to, like, you know, say hey, come here or whatever, he would just be like, rup, rup, you know, like that. That's Harley. I ain't a tit guy. I mean, I'm kind of like a all body type of guy. I mean, I kind of like I definitely like tits. I also like thighs and ass. I mean, that's another big thing I like when it comes to the body. Scrumptious. But yeah, Harley's just like, next time he's on, we'll definitely have to just delve deeper into him. Just like interrogate him live. Just have him on the spot. Just have him not expect it. I won't even tell him that this conversation happened, and then just be on stream. Next time we're on, we'll just make this fucking thing, dude. We'll just catch him off guard and just go right into it. Like, you'll like provide like. I don't even know how we'll do it, but it'll happen. We gotta do that. We gotta like fucking put him on the spot, man. But I mean, him and I go. I mean, at this point, it's starting to get a little ways now, dude. It's like, all right, it's like 2015. I graduated. We knew each other since I was a sophomore, so 2012 to 2013. So I met him around 2012 to 2013. So at least like 5-6 years now, dude. So I mean, so we've we know each other for quite a while now, but we haven't gone like way back yet. TK and I have gone way back though. I mean, we go back towards 7th grade, which is where we first met. But we never went to the same elementary school, which is why we haven't met then. But we were close enough to do the same school, which at the time he was. I mean, there isn't very much of a difference between him then and now, other than a few things, really. I mean, he was always into metal, always, he was a guitarist then, and he was really good at it then, and he's really good at it now. He always had the long hair, he never really had it short. The only difference was he obviously didn't have facial hair as a fucking 7th grader. So, I mean, there was that, but it's not really much a difference with him. He's always kind of stayed relatively consistent. I mean, but his, like, religious views go all over the place. I'm just like, how are you not an agnostic atheist when you just, like, you're, like, so close. Like, with him, it's so close yet so far. It's like, it's like, come on! You're like this! You're like this! Like, because he used to be Christian, he used to be pagan, actually. Grew up in somewhat a Christian household, but was pagan for a while for some reason, at first. Then he became a Christian, and then he kind of became agnostic, and then he became a Christian again, and then he became a deist all of a sudden, being very anti-Abrahamic. So, it's just like, oh my god, you're so close, but so far away. So far. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna push him, but it's just like, I mean, it'd be really interesting to have, like, that religious discussion at some point, I feel like. Because I do want to have that debate at some point. I just don't feel like there's, like, a, pagan is edgy, emo, Tumblr shit. Well, I mean, not... I definitely kind of have to disagree with there a little bit, there, good sir. Because, I mean, I actually used to be pagan, too. But I'm an agnostic atheist now, because I'm like, religion in general is bullshit. But at, like, around, high school, actually, is when I, like, for the longest, like, here's how, like, my religious path went. I went from, you know, being born and raised a Christian because I was in the household, but never had a choice because it was just always around me. And then, around 6th grade to 7th grade, I, kind of realized that that was kind of bullshit, and, became an atheist for a while, and then I became a pagan, Norse pagan for, like, 3 years maybe, like, through high school mainly. And then after that, I was just like, I mean, I still appreciate it, and I still love, like, that culture and that, type of mythology, but, you know, I don't know why I actually literally believed in it, but, I mean, I still appreciate it a little bit, because at least, you know, because that shit is, you know, actually was, like, born out of, like, a culture being raised in, like, you know, a land that was cold and brutal, I mean, and just over time, like, evolved with the culture, while, like, fucking Christianity and Catholicism at the time just seemed to, like, copy off of other cultures and just manipulate it for their own gains so they could win over more believers, you know? I mean, that's what I feel like is definitely a major difference between the two, which I know that wasn't related to that part, but whatever. My little input on that part, but yeah, I mean, I could definitely see how some of them are just gonna be edgy, you know, emo fucks about it, but I mean, I think overall most people who consider themselves pagan are definitely not that type of people, because at least the ones I've met or the ones I've talked to in the past before are most definitely not like that. They're mainly like, the ones I've usually talked to are generally like, was similar to me at the time, to, you know, into metal a lot, folk metal, especially Nordic folk metal, just mainly had, you know, this fascination with the mythology and the culture of the time of, you know, the Viking culture. And I mean, and depending on the person, you know, generally had, you know, very like in nature-esque worldview where it's kind of more based around like the world and shit. I mean, it kind of varies from different person to person, honestly. I mean, though, if you're like, you know, saying like I'm a Wiccan but aren't like really a Wiccan and you're just mostly like into emo shit, which I've seen before, then I can definitely see your point though. It kind of depends on the one you meet, honestly, because there's so many different ones. But I mean, yeah, there's a few I feel like, but in the overall like generalized like pagan community, if you want to call it that, I guess. But there's so many different ones and like subgroups of pagans and shit, like Wiccans, Norse, Celtic, Greek, Roman and shit. And then not to mention like some like, you know, Amazonian shit that's going on or whatever that, you know, some tribes still believe in today and stuff, and like who knows what, you know. I mean, fuck, now I'm blanking on everything now that I just feel like I just been talking about it for a while. Fuck. But damn, that's what happens when you smoke though. Sometimes it happens. You just suddenly hit a block and you're like, well, I guess I said everything I need to say on that. But yeah, I mean, I still have my Norse pendant, which I still would wear. But the necklace part of it broke, and I just haven't found a replacement for it. And then I actually have the Prozetta transcribed and shit. That's the book, which kind of goes into the whole mythology of Norse mythology, which is really cool book. You should check it out because I've read that thing whole and through, and it's really interesting. There's one story about Thor who was taking an adventure to find Loki, I think, that kind of actually seemed relatively like a really good story of, you know, values to look back on. In fact, I could probably go grab it really quick. You know, let's fucking do that. Let me go grab it really quick and find that. Because this charger in here is way better for my phone, because I saw a 15% warning not too long ago. So I'm going to do this and be right back and grab that and try to find it. Because, like I said, I read the whole thing through, and it's a really good and interesting book, though, if you want to, like, kind of get an understanding of at least Norse mythology. I'll let you endure the torture of this.
Are you entertained by this, or are you frustrated by it?
I am very entertained by this right now, sir.
Because it's a lot easier on your
blood
pressure.
Right back.
If you don't get offended or upset or ticked off by everything, you will have lower blood pressure. You will. It's just a health thing. All right? I'm entertained by it because I feel like I was there once upon a time. I feel like this is the same way teachers used to look around the classroom. Who threw that? Who threw that? Okay, for those of you, again, that may have had, you know, good upbringings and, you know, weren't
Alright.
degenerates.
Let me try to find it really quick.
Who threw that? Shellman, did you throw that?
Alright, well, that's going into all the gods. Don't need... Okay.
I think you threw that. I didn't. Well,
let me see if this is a
specific. You have to do this, and they start strong-arming.
Okay.
They start strong-arming.
Why does Harry look like Ricky Barrick? I don't know. I thought he was trying to go for a Fonzie look. That's kind of what I've noticed that he was trying to go for sure. Okay, ads again. It's getting annoying. See what I mean? There's more ads than fucking radio. Let's see. Is this it right here? Okay, here it is. Okay, so Thor and the Giant Humor go fishing. Okay, and now I'm at least into it. This... Oh, well, no, I skipped it. Oh, shit. Let me, because it was a series of challenges he had to do. Okay, here it is. Let me, here we go. Let me see here. Okay, here we go. I just want to make sure I'm in the right spot, because this is something that's okay, here we go. Here we go, I found it. Because this is something that I've actually took in and liked a lot. Then Ugardarloki said, this contest has gone, and I expected it would. The cat is rather large, whereas Thor is short and small compared to the larger men among us here. Thor replied, although you call me little, let someone forward and wrestle with me. Now I'm angry. Ugardarloki looked over the benches and replied, here inside I do not see any man who would find it dignified to wrestle with you. Then he went on, but wait. First let us see. Call my nurse, the old woman Ellie, to come here and let Thor wrestle with her, if he wants to. She has thrown down to the ground men who seem to me to be no less strong than Thor. Next, an old woman walked into the hall. Ugardarloki said that she should wrestle with Thor in the easier. The story is not long to tell. The match went this way. The more Loki threw his strength into the grappling, the more steadfastly she stood their ground. Then the old crone showed her skill. Thor lost his footing, and then the contest grew fiercer. It was no long before Thor fell on one knee, then Ugardarloki intervened. He told them to stop the contest, saying that there was no need for Thor to challenge others to wrestle in his hall. But then it was late at night. Ugardarloki showed Thor and his companions to places on the benches, and they were treated well for the rest of the night. So, there was an explanation into that, so I just want to try to find that explanation, because in that story it was talking about how, if I remember right, how Ellie is the old woman, so, and Thor is, of course, a young god of thunder, who's very strong, and a warrior, essentially. And he's trying to wrestle down an old woman who's, you would expect would be, dying soon, essentially. And if I remember right, this story is essentially like you can't, combat death, and you can't stop it, and you can't win over death, essentially. Which, that kind of stuck to me a little bit, essentially, because it's like, that's true, you can't win over death. Death is always inevitable, and you're always bound to lose if you try to, go around death, essentially, or try to beat death. I mean, because no one lives forever, you know what I mean? We're, essentially, whether we like it or not, we're all going to die. So, I mean, I don't know exactly where the explanation is, but I can find it in here somewhere, because I remember reading it in here. And I bought it. Let me just if I can find it, I'll, let's see here. Okay, here. I found it. Okay. Wait, hold on, so I almost reached, okay, so, Ugardarloki had still more to say. I thought no less feet when you lifted the cat. Truly, all those who saw you raise one of the cat's paws off the ground grew fearful, because the cat was not what it seemed to be. It was a Midgard serpent which encircles all. Okay, so this was when he was trying to lift his cat, a very big cat, and that was meant to be like a symbolism with the Midgard serpent Jormungandr, who encircles all the lands, and also it's like eating his own tail. Same process, like the never-ending circle of the serpent. But you pulled him up so high that he almost reached the sky. It, too, was a real wonder that you remained on your feet for so long during the wrestling. You fell no more than on one knee as you struggled with the crone Ellie. Old age, and no one accomplishes after reaching the point where old age beckons, because no one overcomes old age. As we part, I can truthfully say that it would be better for us to both you never come again to see me. Next time I'll defend my stronghold of similar other trickery, so you'll not get me into your power. So, yeah, I mean... So I was a little wrong that it's essentially death, but because they were using old age. But the same premise applies, because with old age does come death. So, I mean, this is why I really like this book. You should check it out, because it's really interesting. It's really interesting, and it has a lot of really cool stuff to actually, like, take out from it. I don't know why I keep saying low battery when it should be fine. Ah! Come on. Oh, it's just not charging? What the fuck? Charge, bitch! Hold up. I'll fix this. There we go. That should fix it. No? 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 It's not fixing? Oh, there we go. But it went down 1 more %. Fuck you. Fuck you, phone. Phone just does not want to cooperate. Alright, I'm gonna take this hit really quick after we just kind of delved into a little bit of a mythology. I mean, there is a lot more I could just, like, get into it, because, I mean, it does tell the story of Ragnarok. It goes into what all the gods are and stuff. It's a really cool book, man. It's pretty cool. Even if you don't, like, I don't believe it anymore, really, because I'm not a pagan, I'm an agnostic atheist now. But, it's still a very, very cool book to check out. It really is. Like, I know you recommend me War's a Racket, but so I'm recommending you this book. So, it's a trade-off. It's balance. Got a little book trade going on now. I'll have to show you the rest of my library, too. Like, I think at some point I'll have to do, like, a little... Or not have to, but, you know, give a shot at, you know, doing, like, a little book session where we read a book and talk about it and stuff. I mean, because that's pretty cool. It's cool to kind of delve into, like, a little book session, you know, have a couple bowls, you know, read a book. I mean, book is, you know, there's a lot of knowledge that can be held in books. Not all books, but I mean, a lot of them. Damn it. Drop my Pop-Tart. Well, that sucks. I dropped the Pop-Tart. Still good, though. I don't care. It landed perfectly, didn't shatter, so... Nothing's on it, whatever. 5-second rule. Oh my god. I also have, like, all sorts of different books, like... I have Carl Sagan, 2 books by him. I have Astrophysics for People in a Hurry, and I think I read a little snippet of that. I have The God Delusion by Richard Dawkins, which I haven't read totally through yet, but I'm on, like, the 2nd chapter right now. I got, what else? I got The Art of War and other East Asian philosophies. And then I got Bernie Sanders' Our Revolution. I mean, kind of, I'm not, it's my obligatory love for Bernie right there. I'm just kidding, it's not obligatory, but I mean, I had to get his book. Come on. And what else do I have? I mean, I have a encyclopedia on Iceland because, you know, I'm going there, so that'll be, it's, you know, it's cool to know a little bit about Iceland. And you know, I got all sorts of books, you know. I'm trying to grow it too. I want to get more books. Collect all the books. Because I want to, because if I want to read a book, or check out a book, I actually, like, want to have the copy of it, you know what I mean? Like, I love audiobooks, but, you know, for some reason, it just, like, doesn't do it for me as much. I kind of prefer actually reading it for some reason. I don't know, it's just, I guess it's just personal preference. I do like listening to, like, TJ's new audiobook version of his book, because it doesn't feel like an audiobook. It feels more like he's just making, like, a video talking about, you know, a very extensive subject, which he technically is. So if he ever actually makes hard copies, I will definitely buy it, for sure. Because, I mean, it would be really cool to check out that book. Why does it keeps giving me a low battery, but it's staying at 9%, so whatever. Burp. Even though I'm not burping. You know, I might as well check out more what's in this book since, you know, I'm talking about doing this. Let's see, introduction, don't need that. Whoa, I forgot that they had the World Tree of Yggdrasil on here. Look at that shit. Comes with a little bit of artwork. I forgot that was in there. That's cool. And I also have a bunch of little notes that I guess I wrote in here. Alright, well, I didn't even realize I had that. I guess I wrote on this one, his son plus the other Aesir, Odin, Thor, Odin has more, and that's what I said. Okay, whatever. Don't know what I was saying on that. And also there's a thing called the Lay of the Grimmer, which I probably need to try to find too, because there's a lot of snippets from that as well, which I want to check out. I mean, here's on Thor, which is what they say on him. Then Gengarlai said, what are the names of the other Aesir? How do they occupy themselves? What have they done of importance? Hai replied, Thor is foremost among them, called Thor of the Aesir, Azathor, and Thor of the Charioteer, Okuthor. He is the strongest of all gods and men. He rules a place called Thrugvanga, Plains of Strength, and his hall is called Bliskirner. There are 540 living spaces in the hall, and it's the largest building of men that men have erected. So it says in the Lay of the Grimmer. 500 of the rooms and 40 more are found. I believe when counted in the Bliskirner, of those residences whose roofs I recognize, my son I know is largest. Lay of the Grimmer 24. Thor has 2 male goats called Trangnoist, Tooth-Gnasher, and Trangrisnir, Snarltooth. So, he has 2 goats, which is part of his chariot, which... I wish Marvel kind of implemented that a little bit, to be honest. I wish there was a little bit of chariot action with fucking Thor, dude. Imagine him with, like, 2 bull-headed goats, like, Trangnoist and Trangrisnir, just charging in, you know, to fucking, like, defeat, like, you know, try to go after fucking Thanos or some shit, dude. That would have been cool if that was, like, you charged into battle with that, you know. I mean, that would have been cool, man. I hope in part 2 maybe that gets implemented somehow. That would be cool. Did he get, I don't remember he got disintegrated. I don't think he did. I actually don't think he did, because I think the original ones are the last ones that are around, if I remember right. So, I don't remember, but maybe. Anyway, going back to this beautiful audiobook by me, as I read this book. He also owns the chariot that they draw, and for this reason he is called Thor the Charioteer. He too has 3 choice possessions. One is the hammer Mjolnir, of course, you know, his very signature weapon. Frost giants and mountain giants recognize it when it is raised in the air, which is not surprising as it cracked many a skull among their fathers and kinsmen. His second great treasure is Meglinjod, Belt of Strength. When he buckles it on, his divine strength doubles his third possession. The gloves of iron are also a great treasure. He cannot be without these when he grips the hammer's shaft. No one is so wise that he recount all Thor's important deeds. I myself can tell you that so many significant tales of him that hours would pass before I have said all I know. So that's just on Thor alone there. And Balder right after is just very short, so I'll just might as well read through this too after, and then call it good maybe. Then Gengerlad said, I would like to hear about the other Aesir. Hai said, Odin's second son is Balder, and there is much good to tell about him. He is the best, and all praise him. He is so beautiful and so bright that light shines from him. One plant is so white that is likened to Balder's brow. It is the whitest of all plants, and from this you can judge the beauty of both his hair and his body. Basically, like the most, like, Aryan as you can possibly get. Like, basically, like, Hitler's fucking, like, Aryanness. It's just like, yep, this is my guy. Balder's my boy. That's right. He's the wisest of the gods, and he's also the most beautifully spoken and the most merciful. But one of his characteristics is that none of his decisions is effective. He lives in all the places called Breidablik. It is in heaven, and no one impurity may be there. Impurity, yeah. And as said, Breidablik is called where Balder has made himself a hall. In that land where I know there are the fewest pearls. So that's in Lay of the Grimmer 12. So, yeah. Pretty interesting book, though. Pretty interesting. I'm going to take one more hit. See if there's any other random bullshit on this radio, which I highly doubt it. And finish this Pop-Tart and probably... Oh, no! Okay. Oh, fuck me, dude. My vitamin water just kept falling, and that was upsetting. Damn it. That was upsetting. And stream soon? Yeah, probably gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna actually get some real food besides this Pop-Tart. And then, get some sleep. Call it a good day. It's been a really good day today. Like, this week for me has actually been relatively pretty positive. So, I'm glad about that. You gotta, like, appreciate the good, you know, the good weeks and good days that happen, you know? Like, there could be some weird, you know, fuck-ups and some weird stupid shit that happens, but, you know, it's just like, whatever. You know, the overall week was good. It was good. So, I mean, I got a fucking A on a paper. Like, I was 2 points off from a pure A, dude. And I thought I was going to get only, like, a B+, so I was probably going to be, like, what, 38 points instead. But I got, like, 48 out of 50, so I was just like, fuck. Oh, my God. I don't even know how I did that, dude. I did that paper in 24 hours, man. I mean, I'm just a freshman in college right now, so, I mean, it's just like, you know, I don't think I have bragging rights, but fuck it. I got bragging rights on that shit, dude. I mean, I don't know how. I'm still perplexed. I think at some point I will actually read it over and kind of explain a lot of what I talk about. And especially on the conclusion, because that's where more of my opinion gets into and how I feel about Belarus at the moment. Which is what I was doing my paper on, but it was a really interesting thing to research on, though, Belarus. I mean, I knew that there's a leader that has never lost power. I mean, I know it's a... Oh, hold on. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, Lukashenko. Alexander Lukashenko. He won his first election in 1994 while there was interim, like a, you know, like a temporary government was in place to actually instill their actual government, which Lukashenko actually was a literal nobody, dude. The guy was a nobody, and he got power into Belarus in the 1994 election, which honestly is just like, dude, that's crazy. And he actually has said, quote, that, you know, you have to use authoritarian power, you know, to rule your nation. So he's authoritarian through and through. I mean, he admits it. So it's not like, you know, I endorsed the dude at all. Like, the guy's definitely not a good dude, honestly. I mean, he's opened up a little bit towards the West, which I did get into. Because there's been private businesses from the UK installing businesses out in Belarus, especially in Minsk, the capital. And the capital itself is actually starting to westernize a little bit. And oh, whoops. So, like, a lot of the capital itself is like if you can be a tourist in Belarus, I'm pretty sure. Because it's mainly towards specific nations is where they have, like, closed borders. But, of course, their, you know, their freaking, security, you know, tourist policy is probably strict because, you know, they don't want them doing certain things because, you know, they don't want that influence. But at the same time, they're kind of letting that influence in on themselves with these trade deals. And there's also, like, a lot of interesting deals being done, with Ukraine and Latvia, and Lithuania has just always been kind of a common enemy with them. And I don't know if you heard about this, but China's building these highway networks on, like, the former Silk Road, or like in remembrance of the Silk Road, essentially. And it's also meant to increase trade with Asia and Europe. And it's going through all sorts of different countries besides Belarus. It's going through, like, Montenegro, Croatia, Hungary. I mean, it's going to all these little places to European nations for trade. And I think China's doing a lot of funding for it, but also I heard that there's loans being put out on some of these smaller countries instead, where they have to pay out later. So there's a little bit of, like, a negative and a positive with these major highways, but with what I researched into Belarus is what looks like positive, because China seems to give them a pass, and they're going to be funding their projects there. So essentially, you know, they're bringing in everything, and they're going to have Belarusian and Chinese workers build it, essentially. So that's from what I got in from that information I found out about it. And then probably, maybe 3-4 days later, Vice News came out with a segment on that same thing, which then I learned about everything else about it, which... you know, that's actually, you know, I do actually kind of find that as a long-term positive, though, because, I mean, for me, trade, I actually definitely don't, like, disagree with trading. Like, trading's good. You know, I think there is a positive thing about that. It's just that how trading, especially with the United States, let's be real, is, I mean, it's been, you know, soiled and tainted as, you know, as a thing. It's 4 a.m. here, man. I'll be seeing you later. Alrighty. Well, I'll continue finishing my point anyway, and then I'll be heading out too. But, catch you around, man. I'll probably be seeing you tomorrow night too. I don't know what I'll be doing there for that one, but I'll probably be watching some stuff. Watch some stuff instead of just chilling out here for a change. So, I don't know. But, yeah, back to my point for anyone else still watching, though. About trade is, like, for me, I prefer trade as, like, trading of a product of something of yours, and then they trade of something that's a country, for say, doesn't have or has lack of, and then, you know, they trade something in of equal value that back to you. So it's not like a money trade, essentially. Like, with the way a lot of the, like, the trades with the United States is, especially with how exploitive and very scrupulous and practically illegal in some cases with some of the trade deals and everything done with you know, with fucking lobbyists and fossil fuel industries and big pharma, you know, in the United States, it's fucked, and, you know, and with that, we definitely need protectionism, you know? Like, because protectionism is meant to help more domestically with your domestic workforce, so you can actually produce the products that you're actually able to produce into your own country. Because what happened with NAFTA was that a lot of jobs were outsourced to Mexico, Canada, China, I think even, I mean, and got outsourced, and that industry was lost. So, I'm gonna take a drink here. So with that, I'm definitely have to say I'm a protectionist when it comes to trade. But overall, I definitely don't agree. Don't disagree with the premise of trading. Like, I would still be doing trading, but I would just be, I don't know, I guess doing it more, like, more as, I don't know how, I mean, I guess I just feel like trading should be more of, like, you trade a product, and then you get a product in return of the same equal value, give or take. So you don't have, you know, these debts or these, you know, these inflations of from exports and imports and stuff like that, you know? I mean, I'm not an economist, you know, I've admitted that a bunch of times. I don't want to claim I'm an economist, but, yeah, man, I mean, I just don't, you know, I just with how trading has become lately, I think protectionism and, you know, trading more of product for a product should be more of the emphasis, instead of, you know, just outsourcing jobs out to, you know, different countries because it's cheaper, you know. Shapiro alert! Shapiro alert! Shapiro alert! Oh no. If Shapiro saw this video, he would destroy a leftist! He would just destroy and obliterate a leftist. Gotta get super tense because he fucking crushed that leftist and that cuck in that debate. I mean, it's Shapiro alert, man. It's the fucking Shapiro alert. I'm gonna have to, like, that has to be a thing too, dude. Like, I gotta get, like, the fucking alarms blaring and, you know, have someone going like, Shapiro alert, Shapiro alert. I bet he has a hairy asshole. Do you see that every time we mention Shapiro alert? I feel like this has been mentioned every time. He has a very hairy asshole. And I honestly think he does, because he just looks like that dirty goyim. He just looks like the type of goyim. Oh, by the way, his wife's a doctor. His wife is a doctor, and with universal health care, she will starve because she would be a fucking slave. Because that's what us leftists want, is just to enslave Ben Shapiro's wife. Fuck yeah. Ben Shapiro. Whew. Alright, man. Well, I don't know if I'm probably gonna, like, watch, like, an old ideology or some shit, but I'm gonna do that while I get some food. Go sleep on that, so. I'll probably be on tomorrow at some point. Maybe before work, after work. I don't know when. Depends on my mood. Get Discord, you faggot. It will when the show starts, alright? I'm getting everything together so it all blows up at once. Okay, good sir? Thank you. Thank you for your patience. But anyway, man. I'll get that set up, alright? Like, I just haven't made the account, but I'm gonna do that right now, actually. Fuck it. And I just won't get everything just notified about it until, like, the show starts and everything. But anyway, good night, man. Get some sleep, because I'm gonna do the same thing. Well, maybe not, but I'll try. But anyway, peace out, my friend. The palm of death upon you.